Yes, good morning, children. So today we are going to continue the poem Childhood. That day we discussed only its theme, but content-wise, line-to-line explanation we'll be doing today. So the poem Childhood, written by Marcus Nathan, it makes us think a lot upon like what actually life is. Is childhood only a phase which starts from 2 years to about 12 years, or does it go on throughout the life? And the answer is that yes, childhood remains there. One remains a child within throughout one's life if one wills. And yes, it is all up to us whether we try to be like a child or whether we are a child throughout our life. Okay. Letting the child within you alive is an option. Okay, that allows us to have fun, to have free time, to live life in our way is our choice. Okay, because childhood is symbolic of being innocent, being free from stress, worries, and to be in one's own world of imagination, fantasy, and the most important thing, to remain away from all the negativities of life. For example, you can say hypocrisy, pretentiousness, and all. Basically, children, that day we were discussing, like here the poet is talking about, like he wonders about like when his childhood phase was over. When was his childhood phase over? Was it the time when he ceased to be just 11 years of age? So when did my childhood go? So the rhetoric, the question, the poet uses to express his wonder at the time when the childhood phase was over. So he was not, he was never able to make out like when exactly it happened. He was not able to make out like when exactly he was able to acquire individuality, when exactly he was able to understand the hypocritic attitude of the adults, when exactly was he able to make out like whether hell or heaven exist only in one's mind. You cannot locate them in your books of history or geography. The point is like hell and heaven. Was it the day I ceased to be 11? So exactly, it is not possible that the day he ceased to be 11, he lost childhood. It might not have been so. Had it been so, then he would have come to know like his childhood is over, now he has become adult. So when did my childhood go? This rhetoric, through this rhetoric, the poet is emphasizing the fact, like he was never able to make out, like when his childhood phase was over. He never realized it. When did this happen? He was never able to make it out. Was it the day I ceased to be 11? So as per the scientists, those who say like a person is a child from the age of 1.5 or 2.5 to 12 or 11 or 13. So he says like that conception, that might be a misconception, because the day he ceased to be 11, he was not able to make out like his childhood is over or not. So it was not so. So merely crossing a slot of one's age is not an indication whether you have become an adult or adolescent or not. Was it the time I realized that hell and heaven could not be found in the books of geography? So was it the time when he realized that these things, maybe hell or heaven, you cannot locate them in the books of your history. Locate them in your books of history because they don't actually exist. These things like hell or heaven, they are only one's figments of imagination. That day also I told you, like when you say like I'm in heaven, that is your own state of mind. Being in heaven doesn't mean that You have been surrounded all by luxuries, all by all whatever you desire. Heaven is the time, the moment when you start experiencing contentment, satisfaction. When you experience peace, that is heaven. Okay? And on the opposite, hell is the very moment when you feel that you, even when you are surrounded by all luxuries, all the materialistic comforts, but you may not feel happy, you may not feel very comfortable, you may not feel yourself to be at peace. So that is hell. So the day he was able to make out that hell and heaven are only the figments of imagination, not actually, they don't exist actually in on this earth. It might have been that day that he ceased to be 11. Was it the time I realized that hell and heaven could not be found in geography? So through this rhetoric again, through this question again, the poet is making out, is telling us that childhood is a time when you believe in all sorts of imagination and fantasies, when the world of fantasy is a reality for you. It's something to be understood. What is childhood? A time when you believe in a belief system which is altogether based upon fantasy or imagination. So the day I got to know that you cannot locate hell or heaven on this earth or somewhere in the sky, because they are all the states of one's mind. So it might have been that day that he ceased to be 11 and became an adolescent. Got it? So when you are able to differentiate between the world of reality and fantasy, you are an adult, you are a mature, or you are a grown-up person. So becoming a grown-up person has nothing to do with one age slot. You people might come across in your life those who say like, yes, there is a heaven somewhere else in the world. Okay, they will say like, yeah, hell is there and heaven is there. So those people might be 80 or 90 or 100 years of age, but still they are living in that world of fantasy. That means that childhood has nothing to do with the age slot. So when the poet says, was it the time, means it was the time. It might have been that time when he was able to make out the difference between reality and fantasy. Then that was a time that he became a little grown up. And therefore could not be. And therefore could not be means, so therefore hell and heaven could not be located anywhere on this earth. Was that the day? So an exclamation in the end. The stanza starts with a question and ends with an exclamation. So what does it indicate? The question mark indicates a rhetoric. Rhetoric means he's emphasizing upon the fact, like what was exactly the time when his childhood was over? When did my childhood go? So was it exactly the day when he ceased to be 11? The answer is no. His childhood phase was not over exactly on the date when his birthday fell for the 12th year. It was not that time, but it was the time when he realized that there is a big difference between the world of reality and fantasy. So therefore, you cannot locate hell or heaven anywhere on this world, anywhere on this earth. Was that the day? So that was not that day. That was not the day. Which day? When he crossed the age slot of 11th year or 10th year, whatever. So that was not the day when he ceased to be 11, but it was a day when he understood the difference between reality and imagination. Second stanza, so first stanza is about the fact like one becomes grown up when one starts realizing that there is a big difference between reality and fantasy. When did my childhood go?
Now, second stanza. Now we'll see what are the other characteristics of a grown-up man. What are the other differences between, childhood and a grown-up stage? So when did my childhood go? Same question, what it was in the first stanza. Again, the same rhetoric. What exactly was that phase when my childhood phase was over? Was it the time I realized that adults were not all they seemed to be? So was it the time I realized that adults were not all they seemed to be? So it might have been the time, it was the time when I understood that grown-ups are pretentious, that grown-ups are hypocritic. What do you mean by being hypocritic? When you say something else and do something else. Okay? These are only the adults can do this. The grown-ups can do this. Children are very honest. They are very innocent. It is only a grown-up who can pose to be present in the class, but actually is not present. It's a grown-up mind only. But a child, either the child would be present or the child would not be present, and that would be clear cut. So the point is, the poet says is like that might have been a very, very appropriate time when I realized that adults were hypocritic. That realization is a proof that that day I became a grown-up person. Was it the time I realized that adults were not all they seemed to be? What do you mean by when you say something else and you are exactly the opposite? It means that you are hypocritic. When you pose to be very sincere, but you are doing all that insincere stuff. When you're sitting with all books in your hands but doing nothing, and you're telling your all the people around you that you are very studious, that is being hypocritic. I'm not talking about you people, I'm talking about the elderly people. Sometimes the elder people like of our age, they pretend to be very sincere, very good. They talk about truthfulness, this, that, but in the end, they themselves indulge in falsehood. Why so? Because they are hypocritic. Okay, all those people, those who appear to be something, but actually, those who say something, but actually are different, they are hypocritic people. So when you are able to make out like people are hypocritic, it means that you are mature. The moment you'll come to know, like the moment you are able to identify a person's characteristic, whether somebody is true or hypocritic, you are a grown-up fellow. If you ask a small child, you people might have heard, like usually it's the small children who are kidnapped. And the kidnapper finds it easy to kidnap the small children. Why do they find them easy to kidnap them? Because they can just show them a chocolate and they can take them anywhere. And that is what happens. They tell them like, here are some chocolates, so come with me. The child goes. The child can see only the outer side of the person. Because the child is innocent. He doesn't know that the world can be wrapped up in, all those things which are undesirable. Got it? So the point is like being hypocritic means being wrapped up. When you are able to wrap up yourself. So when, okay, one is hypocritic is okay, that's not the problem. The point is like whether we are innocent or not, that depends upon whether we are able to identify that hypocrisy of the others. Okay, for the innocent people, the whole world is innocent. But if you are able to understand the hypocrisy of others, it means that you are a grown-up person now. Doesn't mean that you are also hypocritic then, mind it. At least one should have that judgment. It's, intuition, it's one's own sense of, wisdom, which makes him identify whether somebody is hypocritic or not. So it was a time when I got to realize that adults are hypocritic. That day I ceased to be 11. That day I ceased to be a small child. I became grown up. They talked of love and preached of love, but did not act so lovingly. Was that the day? So they talked of love and preached of love. What does it mean? They talked of love and preached of love. So the elderly people, the grown-ups, the adults who are hypocritic, what do the hypocritic people do? They say something out of love and they preach love, but actually they don't act so lovingly. They are full of hatred. So the day I was able to make out that the hypocritic are the ones who, that person is particularly hypocritic because he says something else and does something else. So that day I ceased to be a child and I became a grown-up and an adult person. So first, as a children, that was about like being a grown-up means like to be out of the world of to be out in the world of reality, to be able to differentiate between what is realistic and what is imaginative. As per the second stanza, it is about the realization that people are hypocritic. Okay, so when you are able to differentiate between a hypocritic person and a real person, it means that you are a grown-up person. Some people, even when they are old, they are not able to make out what kind of one person is. So children, that's why some children are not able to, some people are not able to have desirable company of friends. Okay, sometimes the friend, they say like the friend ditched me, somebody cheated me. Why, how can somebody cheat somebody? Because you did not know that that person will cheat you. Okay, if you say that somebody cheated you, it means that you allowed him to take your advantage, because you were not able to make out like that person is not reliable. So when you are not able to make out whether somebody is reliable or not, it means that you are still a child. Grown up people, they are able to make out these kinds of things in advance. So that's why the grown-ups, the wise people are not, they are not cheated easily because they are grown-ups. So again, this thing is a proof that some people remain children, some people remain in their childhood throughout their life. They keep on being cheated, they keep getting cheated from others because they rely upon anyone. Third is, when did my childhood go? So again, the same point, when did my childhood go? Again, the rhetoric is there. The poet still wonders, like, what was exactly that time when I stopped being a child? Was at the time I realized that adults were not all they seemed to be? Sorry, this we have done. Now, third stanza, when did my childhood go? Was it when I found my mind was really mine? The most important quality of being a child or being an adult. And you people will wonder whether in which category you also come. So when did my childhood go? Was it exactly the time when I found my mind was really mine? So the day when I am able to have my own individuality, the day I am able to assert my own opinions, beliefs, and my ideas, the day I believe in my own ideas, the day when I think like this is my idea, this is my, this is mine creation. When you have your own sense of individuality, when you don't depend upon others to see whether they are, what they are saying, what they are doing, when what others do or what others say, when it doesn't matter to you and you do the things as per your own ideology, it means that you have developed a sense of individuality to use wherever I may choose. The day when I found my mind was really mine, to choose whichever way I choose, producing thoughts that were not those of other people, but my own and mine alone. Was that the day? So this third stanza is about the quality of the grown-ups. That quality is that when you believe in your own individuality, when you start asserting about your own individual self, when you think that your ideas are yours ideas only, and you are able to apply your mind or your ideas in any way, when you are not influenced by others easily, producing thoughts that were not those of other people, when you are not easily influenced by what others say, when you say like what that it's your own idea and you believe in that and you live your life according to your own ideas, it means that you have become a grown-up fellow. That was a day. So it was the day when I realized that I have my own individuality and I'm not being influenced by what others say. When I don't follow others blindly. So that was a day when I stopped being a child and became an adult. And children here, many of you will wonder, like there are so many people around us, those who just follow others blindly. Whatever the problems in our society are there nowadays, that is because of this problem. The problem is people don't know what is right and what is wrong. They just follow what others are doing. If 10 people are supporting a wrongdoer, the 11th will also support the wrongdoer because he would think like those 10 are there, then let me also be with them. So point is believing in one's own individuality, believing in one's own ideology, having one's own sense of judgment is being grown up. So children, we have done 3 stanzas so far. The very first one was about like where the poet was asserting the fact like one should be, when one is able to realize that there is a difference between a world of fantasy and reality, then one becomes grown up. Otherwise, people remain, lost. People remain lost in that world of fantasy throughout their life. Second is when one is able to understand the hypocritic attitude of others. When one is able to understand like which people are genuine and which people are fake. They are also called as grown-ups. When you're not able to make out like whether the person is a right or a genuine person or not, you are still a child. Because, okay, third point is like when you are able to assert your own individuality. First one was belief in reality. Second one was belief in your own judgment. And third is believe in your own individuality. So these 3 things make us realize that we have become grown-ups now, that we are no more small children. So these 3, after making out like what exactly was that time when he stopped being a child, it was not just one time slot. These things all come with experiences. So sometimes it takes many years for one to become grown up, and sometimes a person is grown up the moment, even when one is a child. So there is no age slot is there exactly. So for last stanza, where did my childhood go? See, first, second, and third stanza, they all began like, when did my childhood go? When? Up till here, the poet had been wondering about the exact time, and the answer for that exact time is that no, there cannot be any exact time slot to make out like whether the childhood phase is over at some exact time slot or not. Sometimes it takes the whole life to become a grown-up person, and sometimes one becomes a grown-up at very tiny age only. So there is no exactly time, no time slot. Then last stanza, where did my childhood go? Now the point is, okay, childhood has gone. I have become an adult. I have become I have been able to assert my individuality. I know the difference between the reality and fantasy, and uh, uh, I know like what it is, what is being hypocritic or what is being sincere. I know that. So where did my childhood go? Now the question is, where has my childhood gone? Where has it got lost? It went to some forgotten place. So that is a fact, like the childhood has gone, but where has it gone? It has disappeared in some place which you cannot recall. What does it mean that it went to some forgotten place? Like one cannot remember one's childhood. Okay, once childhood becomes a forgotten time period because you cannot recall what you did when you were a small child. Those childhood memories are memories with your parents, with your adults, with the people, those who were around you. You might not be remembering exactly what you were when you were a child. So the poet says that it went to some forgotten place, means your childhood memories, they just disappear. Childhood disappears, thereby leaving some memories maybe for your parents or maybe for the people around you. That's hidden in an infant's face. That's all I know. But yes, if you want to see where your childhood has gone, if you want to remember your childhood, then you will be able to do so when you will look at the face of an infant. When you will look at the face of a newly born child or a small child, you will also remember your childhood. So our childhood goes into the face of an infant. So that's why whenever we see some small child around us, we become happy because somewhere in that child we are able to remember our own childhood. So the best way to recollect childhood memories is to spend some time with the children. Okay, when we spend some time with the children, we are able to relive our childhood. That's why children are always welcomed. The children are always a fun around anywhere. A house where there are children, that house is always bubbling with joy. There is always fun, there is always laughter, because even the grown-ups are able to they're able to remember, they're also able to find, or they are also able to relive their childhood through those children. So does childhood disappear altogether? The answer is the childhood doesn't disappear. You can relocate your childhood in the face of other children, in the face of other infants. Infant is a newly born child. Got it? So if you want to relocate your childhood, you can find it in some infant's face, because that's how you can relive your childhood. So the poem is over.